Welcome back to the podcast, man. The underdogs back again, man. Episode 104. We ready to get live, get down, and let loose in this thing every time. So now you back with the infamous, diabolical, relentless, undeniable, undisputed, retaining, greatest tag team podcast champions of the world. Jordan the Juggernaut James, Sam Moneyman Bam, and my dog West, the Architect V, and we are the Let Loose Podcast.
Yo!
What up? What's goodies?
What's going on, man? We putting our hands on their throats, man. We're gonna choke something out, man, tonight for real quick. You already know what time it is. But first things first, man. First things first. Hey, how y'all boys doing, man? How y'all feeling?
Chilling, bro.
I'll tell you what, bro. I might swerve in that corner. Whoa. I start tweaking in this bitch and let loose. Let's go. Yo! Let's go, bro.
Hey. That was kind of fire, though, the way you,
there you go.
The way you put that the pod in there.
What it do, my brothers? What it is. Let Loose Podcast is not for the kids. I'll keep my rhyming right there. Let's go. I'm done. I apologize. Welcome back for another full live stream, episode 104. Let's check in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can embrace the weekly madness. No lies, no filter. We pulled no punches on here. We just keep it 1,000% and we give away free shit, man. Not a bad gig, right?
Hell no.
The truth has to be told.
For sure.
At all times. At all times, every time, every episode on this podcast. I hope all the ladies out there had a romantic and lovely Valentine's Day, man. Shout out to all the boys who made it possible for them because, our ladies, they deserve that. God bless y'all. I hope everybody got laid, too. That's good. That's always good shit, right?
Hell yeah.
So, just over a week left of Black History Month. And as everybody knows, we're very proud to embrace and celebrate Black culture on Let Loose.
Definitely.
We are them ones, man, and we celebrate it, and we love sharing our thoughts and gathering our memories. So today's quote, I'm gonna read real quick. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. And that is from Maya Angelou, R.I.P.
That's what's up.
Hit us with what's on tap, Wes.
Hold on, one more thing, man, before you do that.
Go for it.
One more thing.
Go for it.
One more thing before you end the Black History Month, because it's gonna be the last week, I believe, whatever, for the Black History Month for us. Man, Black people, we got to take care of ourselves, man. LeVar Ball, whatever, just got his foot cut off.
Yeah.
We have a lot of things going on with it, with the diabetes, high blood pressure, the freaking everything, bro, for real. So the stress levels, man, be through the roof. You feel like you got to do everything, handle everything or whatever, man. Take time for yourself, man. Get massages, man. Pray, do anything that you got to do.
Whoa.
Whatever.
You get massages, do it responsibly.
Responsibly. Yeah, for real. But man, get rid of those stress levels, for real. Stress will kill you quicker than cancer, bro.
100%.
So that's the thing, man. We got to take care of ourselves, man. However, we got to do that stuff for real. We got to live longer lives, man. So many of our pioneers or whatever have died at such a young age. So we definitely got to take care. We got to drink more water, man. Take better care of ourselves, health-wise, running, doing anything else or whatever, man. Just not wilding out all the time or whatever and think that we're going to live to 105. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that from the heart. LeVar Ball, whatever, looked like he was pretty healthy to me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't look like he was no fat ass or nothing like that or whatever, bro, and still lost his leg.
Yeah.
So it had to be, so that stuff can be hereditary,
Mm-hmm.
or that stuff can be what he was doing or whatever when he's not on the camera. So you got to be careful of what you put in your body, man, and the stress that you're taking. So that's coming here from first, man, from Sam Bam. You already know what time it is. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Wise words, my brother. Good shit. That's facts, man. Everybody, we got to take care of ourselves, man. We got to do our better. Every year, obviously, is not guaranteed, and it is a blessing and a curse to live another year here, and here. But regardless, yes, take care of yourself. That's why I made that adjustment. Y'all know I'm coming up on a year now, no blacks, man. So, I mean, cutting out them black and miles in my life, it's killer, man. But, I mean, I don't want my
gotta do
son
sacrifice.
I
to
stopped.
ever see me like go early because I had a nasty habit that I couldn't stop. You know what I'm saying? I see
I
somebody
stopped
very close
drinking.
to me.
I stopped drinking. Last year, I was drinking a lot last year. Gained a bunch of weight. I don't know. I mean, just a whole bunch of life. That's all it really was.
Right.
So and as soon as the new year started, it was kind of one of those new year, new me type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I still drank, but I've only had like 2 or 3 drinks so far this year so far,
Right.
and so that's a lot better compared to last year. So
That's it.
there's nothing wrong with drinking. Just do it responsibly and in moderation, and you'll be fine.
That's it. And that's with everything that we do. For real, moderation is the key. Where you gotta have balance in your life. Don't feel like you gotta do this and be a part of the crowd and all that stuff, man. You wanna be the last of the dying breeds. You feel me? Like for real, you gotta do something special and take your life to the next level. That's what we preach on Let Loose, man. Straight up. And that's for everybody, not just the black
That's good.
people, everybody. You feel me? Take care of yourself, man, for real. Anything can happen, man. Split second.
Hell yeah.
Well said. Now can we get to what's on tap?
Let's get to it, man.
Let's
for real.
go. Let's go. What we got on tap this episode?
Sam Bam had to get his preaching on. Y'all know how he do.
You already know how I do
Hey
it.
man, preacher man.
There you go. So what we got?
All right. I don't know if anybody knows it, but we do, because I know I was watching that shit for at least an hour waiting for this verdict to come out on YouTube. So we're going to talk about ASAP Rocky and how he was found not guilty. What was it? Yesterday or the day before?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Jonathan Martin comes clean about how Richie Incognito was a bully to him. And we're going to talk about how is Aaron Rodgers finished, and if not, where's he going to go? I've heard numerous teams that he's linked to, so we'll get into that. We're going to talk about the NBA All-Star Weekend and how much of dog shit it was, and what can they do to improve it, because basketball is my favorite sport, and I barely watched it. I did watch the dunk contest, and that was pretty much it. And then we're going to talk about what teams are going to or need to make a push for the playoffs or in the playoffs to reach the championship and ultimately win the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
See who's ready for a run, bro.
Yes, sir.
That's it. All right. I can't wait to talk about some NBA and when we get to it. But yeah, dude, this is good stuff. Everybody, like I said, thank you for watching, checking in with us on the daily. What's up, Clay? Appreciate you. USA and Canada are tied right now 1-1. USA. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about hockey, but when it comes to the
this
USA,
game is bigger than the Stanley Cup, bro. This means everything. You seen the other night when they had them first. They had before 9 seconds. In 9 seconds, they had 3 fights.
Yeah, I did see that.
Of the game. It was because Canada booed our
national anthem. Yep.
So our guys are like, okay.
Show you.
Bet that.
Shit. Drop
Bet
the
that.
puck. You better drop them gloves, dog.
Yep.
Or else I'm gonna drop you right next, bro. Like for real. That's on everything. They take that shit very serious, bro. That's all it is to them, bro. But let's go. Let's see if Team USA can pull off that win. Let's get into our first topic of the day, man. Little ASAP freedom.
ASAP Rocky. So anybody who knows, he was brought up on gun charges and potentially trying to shoot one of his ASAP brethren, ASAP Relly, who actually testified in this case. All to come to find out that ASAP Rocky was proven not guilty on all charges. And watching the YouTube video, as soon as they announced it, he just launched himself into his family members behind him, Rihanna, his mother, their kids, and stuff like that, which was really good because to me that just showed he was actually fearful.
He didn't never know.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. That
was the most dramatic court scene I've ever seen. Like when somebody got announced not guilty, just diving. He literally dove.
He did.
You dive into a swimming pool.
I don't.
You're lucky you didn't put your ass in contempt just for that.
No. Well, the judge was like, "All right, everybody, calm the fuck down a little bit."
I would have did the same shit though. I can't.
Yeah, 100%.
I was happy to see that for him. But he got acquitted of 2 felony counts of assault with a firearm, bro. He could have went to jail for 20 plus years if he would have got
Right.
convicted on all counts. I didn't think there was any way that was going to happen because this case was just too shaky for me. You know, it's like I think the jury really seen through what this case was based on the evidence they had. This was the best verdict to give. You know, they seen some truth and merit, but I mean, not truth and merit. They thought that ASAP was responsible for, you know, popping that dude, and I think he probably did too, honestly.
He probably
But
did.
the video you have, he couldn't be identified. You had no gun submitted into evidence, and you had
No
nobody
bullet,
testifying
no
saying
bullet
that he
casings.
was shooting. Right. And
But
you had nobody saying that he was shooting. The only one that was testifying was ASAP Telly,
yeah,
who was over there snitching on his homeboy.
Right.
Because and that was prior attempts to extort him of like $30 million, bro.
Yep.
He tried to extort him, and every time he would take the stand, bro, shit would change up, and they would catch him up on something, and this and that, and it didn't help that the attorneys, bro, both them attorneys were acting like fucking idiots.
They
bro.
were, yeah, they were.
I mean, did you see all that shit? They get into it.
Yeah.
They tried to like
Two
almost
toddlers.
fight. The judge was like, "Yo, can we stop comparing who has the bigger dick here?" Well, that's the shit they were arguing about, essentially, like dumb shit, like what can be included, what can, but the terms and shit there, it was like all a mess, bro. But I just think that the jury seen through all this shit. There wasn't enough evidence to convict. It was the right verdict, man, and I was happy to see that he got that was the only decent verdict to me. You can't lock him up with lack of so much evidence, in my opinion.
And then he pulled the bullet shell out of somewhere.
Yeah,
said,
shit.
Oh yeah, man,
Yeah.
these the bullets that he shot at.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
look at him.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Well, they didn't fucking find.
Things.
They didn't find none of that shit there at the scene, did they? No, they didn't. Like, you just so happened to find them. Fuck out of here.
I'm gonna pull back up or whatever and find the shells or whatever. I'm gonna help the police, man. You tampering with evidence.
Yeah.
You should have left him know.
Yep.
If that's the case.
Exactly.
Real.
Exactly. And he tried, bro. They should arrest that because they caught him up on perjury on a couple of the stupid shit that he said. His ass needed to get locked up. Talking you over there trying to, what's up with all the fake ass bitch made ass motherfucking childhood ass homies right now, bro? Dirk's homeboy, your home, ASAP Telly.
Yeah.
Like, man, what the fuck? Y'all ain't shit, bro. Like, that's crazy. And I only say that, look, like, if you say ASAP Rocky tried to pop at you, you know, and honestly, I believe him. ASAP probably did that shit.
Yep.
But from everybody's account, you started that shit, bro.
Right.
You coming at him, you instigating him, you baiting him, you want him to shoot, you telling him to pull it, you telling him to do this, bro. Oh,
right.
Okay. Okay. Boom. And guess what? Not guilty.
And
that's another L for you, bro.
It was a starter pistol too. So it didn't have like, it had fake shells in it.
Right.
Correct? So
I guess. I mean,
it could have been. It's no telling, you know.
Yeah, because this is all rumors and speculation because no gun was found.
Yeah.
You know, and they admitted, I think his defense team admitted that it was the prop gun, like you said, the starter, whatever it was. But yeah, this shit's crazy, bro. And I'm like I said, I'm glad he got off because I would have hate to see him go to jail for some stupid shit like this off of a bitch made ass ex homie who's been jealous. You know, you got everything, bro. Your childhood friend is the millionaire. He's popular. He gets Rihanna. He get this. He get that. Right. It's like, bro, what do I get? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well,
I'm sure he's cutting him in on something. Well, he's not now, obviously, but he was cutting him in on some shit.
Oh yeah, you done.
Right.
Bro.
Yeah,
you done.
yeah.
You dead in these streets, cuz.
For sure now. Yeah, for sure.
For real.
You might as well go hang out with 6ix9ine.
You snitched and you failed? Right. Bro, it's one thing to snitch and get your homie locked up, but you snitched and you failed, bro?
That's the worst.
I wouldn't want to be Telly, bro. No. Somebody better tell Telly. Ain't looking good for that, man. But yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad,
on both sides. Yeah, you dealing on both sides now, on the law side and on the homie side.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, you dead me. You can't say nothing. You can't say nothing to nobody, man. Only people you can talk to is your kids and your mama, and she probably don't even look like, nah, don't come around here for real. They might shoot my shit up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because her friends ain't fucking with her no more. Because your son a bitch made ass snitch.
Right, for real. I'm telling you.
Come on now, bro. That shit.
All her church friends, whatever, man. Your son is a slime ball, straight up. Real. I don't want to see him around here at no events, not the cookouts, nothing, man.
He a straight snake.
Real. All you can do is take the trash out. That's it.
He's the devil. Oh, that's funny,
Go
bro. But
sweep,
yeah, I'm
go
glad.
sweep, go sweep the concrete. That's all you can do, for real. You're a baser now. You're a baser in these streets now, for real. You got no clout. You got no
So
credibility anymore.
for real. So before we move on though, to top it off, so we are in agreement then that they got the verdict correct, right? You
Oh
guys
yeah.
picked it
Oh
up
yeah.
right call. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, you got to, man. Not enough evidence.
But you know that stuff can go any which way.
Is she
Yeah.
You
okay? Is
know
she
what I
okay?
mean?
Who you telling, bro?
Yeah.
Who you telling?
Hung jury, and
Man,
retrial, and all types of stuff. You know
the
how that
jury
stuff
did the
go
right thing
on.
though. The
You know
jury
how
did the right thing.
you
So
know how
shout
that
out to
stuff
the jury.
goes. Right, for
Yeah.
real. Yep, that stuff
Yep.
go any which way. Whatever. One person and talk to another person and guilty.
Yeah.
Oh, where did this come
If they all
from?
don't agree, then
All right,
it's
hung
a
jury.
fucking hung jury, mistrial, retrial, with all kinds of
Right.
shit.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
want that
that's
for
that
real.
bullshit, and that's that
Get me out of
YNW
here.
Melly shit. That's the shit he's going through right now.
Yeah.
He's
Exactly.
about to. You seen they just got his girlfriend from years ago.
Really.
I think I
So
saw something about that.
they just arrested his ex-girlfriend. He ain't seen her in years for her refusal, or she did perjury, committed perjury on his behalf, or some shit like that. But yeah, they still gonna go hard at that dude because they already got the one mistrial. Because if they come at him, they can't miss
They
again, or else
can't
he'll be
Yeah,
miss.
free.
yeah,
No
yeah.
way.
Can't miss again, or else he'll be
Mm.
free, and they won't ever be able to come at him for stuff like that
Bro,
again.
how
And
long's he been locked up though? He's been locked up for
he's
like
been locked up for a
For
forever.
long time.
years.
He's been locked up
God
since
damn.
before we started this podcast. Bro.
Mm-hmm. Had to be
That
like
man been in there for a minute.
2021 or something. Got to be at
Man.
least 21, 22.
Yeah.
Because it's been
Did he
going on for a minute. Because when I murdered on my
Yeah.
mind, that was like 2020.
19, wasn't it?
Was it?
It had to have
Okay.
been at least like 5 years that he's been
Almost,
locked up,
at
I
least.
think.
Yeah, about 19, 20. Sounds about right. Yeah. All right, let's move on, man. Next topic of the day. Let's talk former NFL lineman Jonathan Martin. In case anybody remembers him, this isn't really relevant. He apparently is seeking his 5 more minutes of fame, so we're gonna give it to him on the Let Loose podcast because we're cool like that. All right.
Yeah.
You ain't locked in, subscribe with us. You all know the deal, right? So if y'all remember, it was Bullygate.
Yep.
Bullygate was a thing in 2014 where Jonathan Martin basically implicated Richie Incognito and Mike Pouncey as the main aggressors and basically bullying him. And he claimed that it got so bad that he had to leave the Dolphins facility because obviously he played for the Dolphins when this occurred. And he just had to leave the facility and he didn't return and he couldn't. It was too much. And everybody was razzing him in the team facility where they eat. And he slammed the tray and left. And all that was that, man. And he painted himself as the world's biggest victim we've ever seen. And
Right.
at least until we met Jussie Smollett, he got traded to the 49ers after this incident. And then he retired 14 games later. He didn't want to play no more, and he was playing terrible when all this shit happened.
Right.
I just feel like it was his way out, not really wanting to play the game anymore and all that. I'm reading here that he studies entrepreneurship and innovation with Bitcoin hobbies now at Wharton School in Pennsylvania, and he widely claims that Bullygate was a mistake that he's been trying to fix for like 10 years. And okay, well, how about 9 years ago, coming clean would have sufficed.
Right.
8 years ago, 7, 6. I mean, why now? I think he's selling something. Honestly, I don't know if it's a book he's about to release or his brand, but usually when people start saying crazy shit, like every couple of years, Scottie Pippen will say some crazy shit about Michael Jordan or
Because
it's
selling,
just something, and it's like, oh, and then you see he's got a book coming out a couple weeks later. So I don't know if something's not right, man, but. Y'all remember he had his mom out there crucifying the Dolphins, blaming them, their culture, the players, and it's this and that, da, 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 da. And it's just like basically tried to ruin everybody for painting yourself as a victim. Not saying those things don't occur, but I was watching the Pivot, the Pivot podcast, and Channing on there was on there talking, and he's like, bro, and I share the same mindset with him. That's why I bring this up. And he was like, I just can't see no 6'5", 6'6", 350 grown man being bullied by nobody. Like,
right, for real.
What it's gonna come to is gonna be me and you.
Mm-hmm.
What other way around that is what it's gonna be? It don't matter what happens, but in retrospect, that's what it's gonna come to. So I just can't see no guy being bullied. Like, and I'm kind of the same mindset. We're old school type minded guys. We are. Back in the day, that's how it was. If somebody messes with you, and picks on you, bullies you, you punch them in the mouth, and
Right,
hopefully
for
they stop
real.
fucking with you. That's how we grew up. I know that everything's a little bit more difficult now,
Right.
and use
Touchy.
your words and express your feelings. Look, fuck that, dude. If somebody bullies me, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. Still, that's still my philosophy, but
Yep.
that's just me.
Knock him down.
But I think a lot of that stuff is whatever is mental toughness. You know, you can be big and strong or
No
whatever
doubt.
physically, but mentally or whatever, man, you can be still a baby in the banky. You know
That's
what
a
I'm
whole
saying?
different game.
That's a whole different game. If he pushing your buttons in a way that he know he's affecting you, he's gonna get you every time. He's gonna get you. You know, and you're not playing to top peak conditioning. You know, 2014. I think that's the time when they had the running game and all that stuff going good or whatever. You probably missing blocks and you missing this or whatever. They're like, man, you sorry piece of work. Da 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 da. Man, you ain't
Exactly.
nothing. You ain't this. You ain't. I'm talking about going in on. You know how the boys go anyway. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
with anything like that, you just gotta protect yourself, bro. Like, okay, well, I do better, this and that, whatever. Sometimes, man, you gotta take uh the credit or whatever for you not doing good. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna handle business. I'm gonna do this, whatever. But some people just be like, man, oh, he's just talking to me like I'm some dummy. No, you're not playing well. You feel me? That's what I'm thinking it is more than
Well,
anything.
I'm looking
And then
here now.
you take that stuff. Then you take that stuff to heart. Now you crush. You feel like you can't come back from ground zero. You know what I'm saying? Everybody have a bad game. Everybody have a bad day. Everybody play bad sometimes. You know, but you got to get back off that stuff. You're a professional athlete now. You know, so like I say, I feel them, but at the same time, 10 years, bro, that's a long ass time.
Well, I
Yeah.
will say that I'm reading here on ESPN back from 2013, November 2013. It's showing a transcript of a voicemail that Richie Incognito left Jonathan Martin, and I don't
I'm
know
glad
if
you brought that up.
I'm
I'm
not
glad you brought
sure
that up.
whether you. I don't want to say this is like a bully type of thing, but it's absolutely
It's racist.
positively unacceptable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Mm-hmm.
racist. So that I'm glad you brought that up. So with all this that happened, obviously Richie Incognito is not pulling any punches, and he's like, "Oh, you tried to ruin my name, my this, that," and you know, when he came out with this Bullygate thing and all this happened, for him to maybe single you out. But remember, it wasn't him per se. They conducted their own investigation. They talked to people. So, like, people essentially snitched on Richie, saying that because that was his
That's
demeanor. He's
how
like
it
the
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
asshole.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be like the main aggressor. And you already know, what is it? Mike Pouncey or Mike Pouncey Mike Pouncey
Maury,
was the other. You already know them Pouncey brothers ain't about
yeah,
no
Right.
I was about
bullshit.
to say,
So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that didn't surprise me either. But they're the ones that got named as the aggressors. So they're gonna be upset about that when all this comes out. When their mindset, they're like, yeah, everybody was doing it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
now Richie
That's how we
Incognito's
talk.
like, yeah, Richie Incognito. Now he's like, yeah, well, you tried to ruin that. He just didn't want to play no more, and you tried to ruin me. Maybe all that is true. But the fact remains, you don't get a pass in this, bro.
Mm-mm.
You do not get a pass in this because that same voicemail you just brought up, Wes, that shit was verified and heard by Adam Scheffner. He don't report fucking
Yeah,
nonsense, bro.
yeah.
He don't report nonsense. And when all this shit came out and Richie Incognito got suspended and all that, he called Jonathan Martin and he left him a voicemail and he said, "You half-witted, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You are not innocent in all this. You don't
Right.
get a pass for that, not ever." And the
Yeah.
fact that you know that you said that and that's out there, I don't know about you, bro, but anytime somebody drops that word to somebody in a racial like demeaning like motive, I never forget that, bro.
Hell
I
yeah.
never forget that. It does not matter. It could be 20 years later. I could name you random, like, oh, if you bring up like a random white dude, I'd be like, oh, yep, he popped off with that shit, 10 years. Like, I don't ever forget that shit.
Right.
It's just something I never forget. And a lot of people are the same way. Somebody, what's his name? The old receiver for the Eagles just hit the timeline randomly. The other Riley Cooper, like,
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
Kenny Chesney concert that
Yeah,
ruined
yeah,
his
yeah.
career.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
popped off with that
Yep.
shit. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you just like Morgan Wallen is a widely acclaimed, but he flipped the reversals when he said it. You know what I'm saying? He was, his sales actually went up. He
Yeah.
actually tried to
Anytime he does anything, his sales go up somehow.
That's
his
it.
sales go up for real. That shit came on him. His sales doubled, but
Yeah.
at least people like Morgan Wallen, obviously they acknowledge it. He said, "Don't make no excuses for me. That was stupid for me to say." And he actually gives money back to the black community based off of what he profited for doing the dumb shit.
Yeah.
The least you can do for doing some dumb shit. So
Right.
I at least respect that, but I never forget is the point I'm making all this. Richie Cognito is not innocent in all of this. So nobody look at him and be like, "Man, they tried to ruin him, this and that." If you had enough balls to call and leave somebody that on a voicemail, bro,
Right.
you're gonna be exposed for it, bro. You got the balls to be exposed for it. Don't ask for sympathy now. You're not getting that shit either, bro. Get your life together.
On
That's
this transcription, the last sentence that he says to Jonathan Taylor, "I'll kill you." Now, I'll say some fucked up shit to my friends. Like, yeah, he said that to Jonathan Martin. That was the last sentence on this transcript of a voicemail that he sent that I was referring to, and Jordan was referring to as being racist. I'll kill you. Fuck you. You're still a rookie. I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Now, I've said some fucked up shit to my friends. Nothing racial. Like, just how boys be talking to each other sometimes. I'd never sit there and say that I'll fucking kill somebody. That's fucking...
Right.
That's fucked up.
I can't say too much about that, but I will say that is more acceptable than anything racially. I'll accept that more. Like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're about to have a hell of a day. You gonna kill me, but somebody gonna die if somebody say something racially.
Yeah, exactly. Flat out understandable.
But no, I've blacked out before, and I've been like, "What do you mean?" I said, like, "Bro, my bad, dog. I had too much tequila last night." But that's neither here or there. But bottom line, Jonathan Martin. I don't know how long we ran in this segment, but that's enough time. Move on to the next topic. This guy's still irrelevant.
He got something coming out for real because you want to bring your name back in the tabloids.
Exactly. That's all it is,
bro. Because we been forgot about it, man. We forgot about this in 2014. You feel me?
Bro, right.
Because Richie Cognito was still playing, man, years after that.
Yeah.
He still was getting opportunities.
Yeah.
You feel
me?
He came
back after that suspension and he played out. Yeah.
Man, hell yeah. He was playing in 2017, 18. I think he played until like 2019 almost. You feel me? Like that man was still playing, bro. I was like, damn, Richie Cognito still out here?
Yeah.
With his racist ass, he's still out here, still getting jobs.
And he was still hustling. And he's still hustling.
Man, I'm talking about still getting it, bro. So,
on the field, Richie Incognito on the field was a dog. You know, I wouldn't say he was great, but he was very tough.
Definitely.
And he did not back down for nobody. On the field, that's the kind of teammate you want on the field. But obviously, learning what kind of human being and shit he is, that not somebody you want around you or on your team, knowing that side of him. But
he last played in 2020 with the Raiders.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
All right, so we're moving on here.
Aaron Rodgers. Go ahead.
Sir, Aaron Charles Rodgers was officially released by the Jets. Will he play elsewhere next year, or is he finished? So he met with the Jets owners, the Johnson brothers, the GM, and the new coach, Aaron Glenn. And what happened was they wanted him to be all in, meaning full participation in training camps and the offseason activities, the workouts. And it was also reported that they didn't want him on the Pat McAfee show during the season, airing out all the laundry.
Right.
So this was essentially the writing on the wall for both parties included. I just feel like the Jets need someone to build around. They need like a young, talented leader. Rodgers needs a new squad if he does intend on playing again.
He doesn't want to go out the way he went out this past season. That was.
I don't think so either, man. And to be honest with you, I don't blame him for the failed experiment in New York. I think he got a bad rap in New York. I really do. If you think about it, the first season, he plays 4 snaps, and then he's out for the year.
I'll give him a pass on the first season.
Right. So, okay, so listen to the second season. You start out 2-1. You lose the next 2 games, and then they fire Robert Saleh, your coach, the coach that pushed for you and planned for you. So now you're sitting at 2-3. And topped off, you have a league worst rushing attack and shitty offensive line play that had Rodgers on suicide watch the whole season. And this is exactly how they only won 3 out of their last 12 games with an inexperienced head coach and whatnot, shitty offensive line play, and you can't run the ball. And I don't think it was just solely a failure because of Aaron's regression. He's not what he once was, but listen, he
Right.
finished this horrible season. He just finished with 3,800 yards and 28 touchdowns.
How many
Right.
And
interceptions?
a lot of people is saying like 11 or 14 or something like that,
Mm.
but 28 touchdowns, 3,800, almost 38, 3,897 yards, pretty much 3,900 yards, 28 touchdowns. And people are like, Aaron Rodgers washed. Well, Aaron Rodgers washed. That's still eighth best in the
Still
league for
better,
yards and
better
touchdowns.
than a lot of guys.
And this is a washed Aaron Rodgers. So
Right.
he still got game, bro. He still got
With zero offensive line, one of the worst offensive lines it was out there.
Period.
Between them and Houston. You feel me? Like, I mean, he was getting crushed, bro. I'm talking about, like, man, they wouldn't even have to blitz and this man getting pressured and all this stuff. Whatever. You know, this man just got a freaking screw in his damn knee. You feel me? Like, this man is done for real. You can't run like he used to when it was freaking 30, 32, 34. You know, this man 40 years old, bro. For real. It's hard to get out the bed sometimes. Shit.
For real.
And you want me to, for real, these goddamn savages trying to get me, kill me, whatever, make a name for themselves. No way. Get me out of here fast.
Telling you. So y'all think he'll play next year?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
One more year.
I do too. Where's he go? Honestly, I think to me, only 3 teams make sense. The obvious one is the Steelers, right? They're the only team with a win now roster, essentially, where you might get a piece here, a piece there, you can make a run. The Steelers are tough, man. They're tough. They're always going to compete defensively, get you another piece of wide receiver offense. I don't know if they're going to bring back Najee, pending get another new running back. You got Mike Tomlin. I really think you can make some noise there if he joined the Steelers. That's his best bet. Second best bet to me, depending on what happens, would be the Rams. And that's if Matthew Stafford retires. I just think that'd be a low. I think it'd be a low risk for the Rams. You wouldn't have to pay him top dollar, something that he could kind of scathe out. It gives you time to find another future quarterback if Stafford decides to retire on you. And the Rams have showed that they won their division this year. So they're ready to compete again going into next year. They get another quarterback and fill that spot. I know you're not gonna have Cooper, but I just think the Rams, he could do something there. And the other team would be the Colts, man. The Colts, just because of their offensive firepower, you have good rushing attack, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman and company. You have players who have speed at the receiving position. Their defense will be all right, but those 3 teams are the only ones that make sense. Teams like the Raiders and the Titans, they're going to draft quarterbacks, man, and they're in no danger of competing this season. So I just think that'd be pointless for Rodgers to consider.
Maybe the Titans, though. I think the Titans got a nice roster.
Oh,
potentially.
Maybe. I think maybe whatever, just because, like I say, the offensive line is way more better than the ones that he's been dealing with. Even Cleveland. Cleveland might even be a chance or whatever. He go over there in Cleveland or whatever.
Where careers go to die.
No. Hey, for real. You know,
he'd be a fucking upgrade from Deshaun Watson, 100%.
100%, because they ain't got nothing. They ain't got nothing. But I do like that Colts. I do like the Colts. I did think of the Colts. I say, man, with those receivers over there, man, they got a lot of firepower, whatever, but they can't get that stuff done with freaking Anthony Richardson, bro. So you
not yet.
Definitely,
it gives him time.
You got to get him right. Yeah, you got to
like
let him
had
go.
Flacco in last season. They're not above bringing in a veteran. This might be. I think Flacco's still on the roster or whatever if they re-sign him, but. Wouldn't matter. I mean, bring in Aaron Rodgers. That's 3 good quarterbacks because they've had injury concerns too with quarterbacks. Flacco was hurt last year. Anthony Richardson's always hurt. Aaron played a full season last year. Good for him. But I mean, you have 3 quarterbacks who can win you games if you do that. So Colts would be a good fit, though, I feel like.
Bro, and another one I think is the Saints. I think they got to get rid of Derek Carr, bro. I think they got to get rid of Derek Carr.
Bro.
He's always injured. The Saints got a nice little roster, bro. They got something that they can do, bro, and they just not it. They need that quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback since Breeze. I mean, you tried all these different
and they're getting rid of Jason Tatum. Fucking what's his face? Taysom Hill.
Yeah, that's stupid. I don't see how you do that.
No,
he holds your team together he's the one constant thing you've had there.
He can do anything.
You know, Kamara started getting hurt and all that. But listen, man, I just think that with Kellen Moore, rookie head coach, man, I do not expect anything from the Saints this year. And he just hired Doug Nussenheimer for his offensive coordinator. He is a horrible.
Where's he from?
He was Michigan's offensive coordinator. One of the years we were beyond horrible, bro. But he earned his stripes. He was a high commodity hire because he was coordinator for Alabama, I think, for a couple of years, once
Oh,
upon a
okay.
time under Saban. But again, you have all the talent there. You don't really have to be that great to really function too much doing that. But he's fallen off hard since then. But I don't think that's going to be a good I don't think the Saints are going to do good at all next year.
That's why defensively they're good. They just need the offense, man. Derek Carr, like he'll have some shades, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, throw for 275 yards. Then he'll have
Hey man,
games,
his
throw for
first
three
2 games
interceptions.
last year, he was the MVP.
Man, I thought he was on fire. And then, ooh, bam, 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 bam.
Well, I say just wait for it, and it happens slowly. Wes, where do you think Rodgers is playing next year?
Oh man, I kind of agree with you. Pittsburgh or the Rams. I've heard other teams such as Cleveland and the Raiders. Uh, I wouldn't say New York. Obviously, they're definitely going to draft a quarterback. I don't know how he would fit in with Pittsburgh, given Mike Tomlin's not about the bullshit. He's all fucking business. And I know Aaron Rodgers says that he's all business, but what's he do? Fucking in the middle of training camp or volunteer OTAs, takes a trip to fucking Egypt. You think Mike Tomlin's going to let him pull that shit? He might let him.
He might be onto something.
He might let him do the Pat McAfee show, maybe, depending on how the season's going. If they're doing pretty good, he'll be like, yeah, fuck, it's not really bothering us. But as soon as they have a 2-game win streak or something, he's gonna say, you know what, no more. You gotta lock in. And Aaron doesn't seem like he's the type of person to listen to what someone's telling him. Like when they say you're not doing that anymore. We're doing this. This is how it's going to be. To me, he doesn't seem like the type of person that will fall in line with that. I think when he was in Green Bay, because he was such a fucking stud in Green Bay and what he did for Green Bay and all that shit, they let a lot of shit slide, especially his subliminal disses and shit like that. But now that he's below himself, he's definitely not the same Aaron Rodgers. I don't think a lot of the shit that he thinks he can get away with, Mike Tomlin will let him get away with.
Nah, hell no.
Because all that shit will ruin the culture of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and you don't want that.
He might be the other, because a lot of the times Mike Tomlin will let players
beat themselves.
Yeah, he do.
That's true.
It's for better or worse a lot. And that shows a lot with George Pickens. It showed a lot with Le'Veon Bell. It showed a lot with Antonio Brown. The fact that Mike Tomlin was able to keep Antonio Brown like that much under the radar for all them years. You'd never heard one bad thing, one incident, one behavior, conduct, nothing about Antonio Brown when he was in Pittsburgh. How the fuck did that happen?
Well, I mean,
you ain't gonna tell me nothing happened. This is Antonio Brown. Do you ever see what he posts on Twitter now to this day? I know now he's like way more gone than he's ever.
Well, they say that hit that he took.
Filtered.
They say that hit that he took when he was in Pittsburgh is a catalyst for all the shit that he's done after that.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'm just saying, like, the fact that he was, I don't ever think he was ever. I mean, this dude is from prison city in Miami. Like, he's from the wild of the wild. Like, Antonio Brown is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
he is a wild dude at heart. Like, I don't think he's afraid of anything.
He does a cracker of the day
he's
every
a
day.
Wild cat, bro. But in the fact that Mike Tomlin kept that under wraps, and I think that's kind of like maybe where he developed that persona, where he's just like, you know what, let him do whatever. He's performing on the field, and it ain't causing a comedic. Look, that's all I need. That's all I need. So, but when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. He might not want that demeanor. But honestly, I think Pittsburgh's the best fit. I don't think he's going to go to Pittsburgh. I think they're going to bring Russ back, honestly.
I think they should, to be honest.
You had some chemistry going. I think it was somewhat working. It might be wise to bring Fields back too, if you can.
Right. I think they should do that as well. But I think they should just run it back.
I think they should run Fields. I really think, because Fields had that stuff going on. He didn't put up a lot of points.
Treat him like a Taysom Hill.
Man, he had that stuff going on. I'm sorry. Russ had those couple little games or whatever, but then the downslide, man, was freaking
Yeah, but
stupendous.
Russ can still throw better than Fields, though, man.
But
It's
you don't need that.
Fields.
You don't really
Fields.
got those receivers like that, you
No,
know?
I'm hearing you. I'm with you, but I'm just saying. Tomlin wants that quarterback. I feel like they can make those throws when I need you to make them. I
Big
don't want
Ben.
the quarterback who's going to go out and
I was
just
gonna say Big
make
Ben.
shit happen when I can't depend on Fields to make that consistent throw. I can't trust him to hit that 12-yard out. I can't trust him to hit that little fade. I can trust him to run that bitch.
Bomb the
Yeah,
shit
but
down the field accurately.
I just think Fields needs more reps, man. I still think he can develop into a
I
quality
do
starter
too.
one day. I really do.
If
He's
he gets
never
if he
gotten
gets
a
into
fair
the right
shake yet.
system, if he gets into
Never
the
got
right
a fair
system.
shake yet. So we'll see what happens with him, but we'll see where Aaron Rodgers ends up. I think Pittsburgh will be the best location. I don't think he'll end up there, though. I I honestly don't even know.
I
Maybe
I don't know. I could see fulfill the prophecy, man. Go to fucking Minnesota.
oh yeah, please
Right.
do. Please do.
Yeah, you love that, wouldn't you?
Please do so you can hold the clipboard for JJ McCarthy,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Ooh,
Um,
yikes.
if I
Yeah,
had
let's run it up.
if I had to pick, I think Pittsburgh should keep Fields and Russell. I would say if Joe Flacco can go to Cleveland and fucking like light it up, who's to say Aaron Rodgers can't do the same thing? And I don't. They're probably. I don't. But that's questionable because depending on how long Deshaun Watson's going to be out, they're not going to want to pay someone all that fucking money to sit on the bench if they're not injured.
But the thing is with Deshaun Watson though, if this new case that's pending or whatever violates any of those things, plus he was walking without the
Yeah,
walking
that is
boots.
true. That is
So it's a
true.
lot. So it's a lot of things they got or whatever trying to release his ass anywhere, whatever. They won't be getting
That
stuck with
is
all that
true. Yeah,
dead
yeah. I
money.
forgot. I forgot.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So they trying their damnedest to try to anything.
They gonna catch him up on
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
anything.
We always wonder, we're like, God damn, them TMZ motherfuckers are so obnoxious. Like, they
Yeah.
don't leave people alone every single. They're probably hired by these fucking teams. Like, it's
Wouldn't be
insane.
surprised.
The Cleveland probably hired TMZ to follow that motherfucker
Right.
everywhere. If you see him anywhere without that fucking thing, I want pictures, I want video, I want everything.
That's like the drone with freaking Drake in Australia, whatever the drone
Yeah.
all the way on
I
the
think
top
that
of the
was
freaking
fake though.
building, the
That
crazy.
was fake.
I think that
Man,
was like I
oh,
think that was
no.
fucking like
That had to be fake.
like
That
a
looked too
skit or
animated
some
for me.
shit.
Oh,
I think
it looked
no,
too
I think it was
animated.
real, but I just think like it was like a skit or something.
I think it was fake. I think it was animated.
Man,
Like
I
a
don't know.
motherfucker.
Ain't no
And
telling.
I think they edited it in because the video kind of looks fun, especially when the drone goes up in the building. You can see it's like, okay, I think something else was put in here. I edit videos too, motherfuckers. You can't fool me.
There you go. Tell them.
Shit. Let's hit on some NBA. Let's get into some hoop, bro. Let's recap All-Star Weekend. We are fresh off the annual NBA All-Star Weekend. So it looks like Team Shaq reigned victorious from the scoreboard. I got to tell y'all, I have not watched an NBA All-Star game, a dunk contest, a three-point contest in years, man. So in light of that, lots of people share that same mindset. We're just not interested anymore. They're constantly changing the format and the events, and to me, it's almost as if the interaction and the association of celebrities involved in NBA All-Star Weekend triumphs over what's best for the NBA and
Right.
what the fans actually came to see. I personally have zero interest in watching some globalized streamer and average musician running a pickup game on the court, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
That's it. Casanat and freaking Drewski and all those guys.
And I don't even know who I'm like, what the fuck is this Drewski? I was like, why does he look special? What's going on?
Yeah, that's Jack
Who's this
Harlow's
guy?
boy.
Good Lord.
He's only
Yeah.
popular because Jack Harlow blew up and they were best friends. So
I'm still trying to.
so he put
I
him
know.
on.
I didn't know that, but I'm just saying. I'm still trying to piece together how Jack Harlow blew up one of these days. I might understand it, but anyway, what can the NBA do to improve All-Star Weekend? What do you guys think? Do you have any suggestions? What can make it watchable? What would intrigue me back in?
Got to do some 1v1s.
Yes,
Everybody
sir.
talking about the 1v1s.
They were talking about that. They were
I like
talking
that.
about it.
1v1s, bro. For real.
I
Let
got
me
more on
see.
that.
Let me see.
Mhm.
Let me see you. Let me see where you really at. Kyrie versus the world. You know what I'm saying? That should get people excited. I
Definitely.
think, you know, like I said, the 3-point contest, all that stuff, cool. You need to deduct some of that stuff, those skill challenges or whatever, because Chris Paul and freaking Wembanyama, they killed that junk, man. They just cheated the whole thing. They just threw the ball anywhere,
Yeah, they
whatever,
didn't
to
give a
try to get the
shit.
fastest time. So stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that, I
Killed
just
it killed it so much they had to shut Wemby down for the rest of the season because he got hurt doing the shit. Like what
No,
the
he got a
fuck,
blood
man?
right.
clot. He got
Why
Mm-hmm.
a
was he
he got.
why is he in NBA All-Star weekend if this is a lingering injury? You're gonna tell me it happened during the skills challenge? I don't fucking think so. And that's not an injury that should sideline a player for the rest of the season.
He got injured
I
from
don't know what's
that.
going on, bro. No, not from something like that.
No, he got injured during the All Star.
No, I don't know, but I'm saying, do they expect us to believe that?
Well, he's
Why
out.
is
He's out because he got a blood clot in his shoulder.
it's a pinch. It's not a clot, it's a
I
pinch.
I've heard blood clot. It's
No,
a. I'll
that's
look
not
it
the
up.
report I read earlier. That's not an injury that should sideline you that long. But anyway, but regardless, so if he's had this problem,
Over
this injury,
blood clot in shoulder. ESPN.
no, it wasn't. That's what they're reporting now.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've heard all day today.
No, check the Facebook page. That's not what was reported earlier. That's not what my cousin commented on. Because that's why he even said that too, and he was right about that because he has a medical background. It was Victor Wembanyama. It said with deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder.
I mean,
Vein
yeah, I'm not a fucking
thrombosis.
doctor, so I don't know shit.
I don't think that's blood clot.
I'm
Don't
looking
quote
at-
me on that, but that's just what medical background we had going. But anyway, neither here or there. But anyway, if he had a lingering, probably shouldn't have been in the shit. And regardless, so going back to what they can do to make NBA All-Star Weekend better, Sam, I like that 1v1, man. I really do. So I'm gonna up it a notch, right? So there's a total of 26 All-Stars selected each year.
Mhm.
And 2 of those guys are injury replacements. So 24, really. So my pitch, let's take the world's best ballers and put them in our 2K mindset, meaning multiple tournaments. I'm talking a 5-on-5 matchup, a 3-on-3 matchup, a 2-on-2 matchup, and a 1-on-1 matchup, and a good old game of 21 while we're at it, bro. So that's a total of 25 players if you add it up, and you can add 1 for an injury slot. And yeah, that would be an interesting format. You get all these different tournaments. You get a 5-on-5, a 3-on-3, a 2-on-2, a 1-on-1, and who knows? Like maybe the 1-on-1 matchup is a matchup of like the last 2 MVPs or something like that. Like you could spice it up like that, or the last 2 rookies or uprising challenges of the year. I liked how they used to do that, like the rookies versus the sophomores.
Right.
Rookies rising stars. I think they did in 2K. That would be interesting. Like I don't know if I think the NBA did that 1 year or 2. I'm not sure, but that's cool. You see the rookies and the second year guys, see how they match up versus each other. So I like that too. Another format they could do for the roster is you could select a player from each team. If you wanted to up it from 26 players to 30 players, you can get 1 player from each team to represent like the best player, whoever's having the best season, on that team could be selected. Yeah, but I mean, there'd be too many pros and cons to that because not every single player off each team is all-star. I mean, go to the Washington Wizards. Who are you going to take? Middleton? I mean,
Jordan Poole.
And people would get hosed. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you really couldn't do it like that. But however they want to format, bro, I think a 5-on-5 matchup, a 3-on-3, a 2-on-2, a 1-on-1, bro. I think that would be very interesting. That shit would be on point. I would keep the 3-point contest and the slam dunk contest strictly from a traditional decision.
Right.
It's a traditional thing to have. I would keep that. And I definitely think I'll add too, the NBA, they need to start highly incentivizing bigger names to do the dunk contest. You got to do something to get, because players don't want to take the risk and I understand that, but you got to incentivize them. You got to do something to draw bigger name players in the dunk contest. Like Mac McClung, he can jam, bro, but the fact that he's solely called up just to dunk 3 times a year is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Reading about.
That's
bullshit. Mean, no shade at Mac. He's dope, but we just need the competition and the bigger name players as well to attract the audience back. You got to attract the audience back. You got to bring people back, and you need bigger name players to do that. We've never seen LeBron do a dunk contest. Right. We've never seen certain shit like that. People talk about all the time that we never get to see. That's a problem. NBA can make it happen. They have crazy funding. You want to make it better? This is my suggestion. Give me some tournaments.
Bro, that shit been whack as hell lately, though. I ain't even gonna lie. A
I
lot of these
still
games,
watch some of it. I don't watch all of it.
bro, this shit been crazy. Cause all they do is shoot 3-pointers now,
I
bro.
know.
There's no banging, there's no none of that stuff, bro. Grabbing rebounds or whatever, man,
They've never
and
played
nothing
defense.
else. But still, bro, like I say, man, I just watched the Celtics play the 76ers, bro, man. I'm talking about everybody that shot 5 3-pointers on the damn team. They done shot like 60 damn 3-pointers, dog. I don't want to see that shit, bro, all the time. You feel me? Steph Curry done already curved already how the game is played already, even now in high school. Man, the motherfuckers shooting goddamn 3-pointers all the time,
That's
bro.
all they want to do.
25, 28 3-pointers in 6-minute quarters, bro. Come on, bro. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it.
That's not real basketball to me.
What happened with the mid range? What happened to the freaking the picks and you know what I'm
The
saying?
post
Like
play.
The mid range is the lost art of
Bro,
basketball.
come on, bro, man. A good mid range man killed everything. Ask Carmelo. Carmelo was the killer of that shit. KG. They say KG, man, take one step back, man. He would have been one of the highest 3-point shooters it was. He would shoot that deep mid range, bro, and be killing everything in life. You know,
Duncan.
Man, come on, bro, for real. Like and those the players, even though like Duncan wasn't very like flashy or nothing like that, bro. But
Mr.
man, that
Fundamental.
man can still bang. He can still bang. He was still a leader. Like a lot of these guys, whatever, man, they get that bag and whatever. They like shit. I don't give a damn what sunglasses like me at night. You feel me? I'm like, man, I don't give a damn, man. Shit. Hey, my money here. Okay, my chain popping. Okay, cool. You know, like it's no love for the game no more.
Yeah, because they get paid so fucking much money, they don't fucking care whether they play or not. Because they're still getting $30 million, $40 million, $50 million a year.
Take nights off, they rest, they this, they that. It's tough, man. It's tough to stay. It's tough to love basketball like you used to. To me, it really is because, and I feel that way a lot of the times when football is doing all these stupid fucking rule changes, man. I just don't. I can't wrap my head around all of them. I hate the NFL kickoff format.
Yeah, me too. I fucking hate it.
Fucking hate it with every ounce of energy in my body, bro. I cannot stand the way they do. I hate the penalties they call for roughing. I hate do how they bang the quarterback. I hate this shit,
ankles.
Bro.
It could be your ankles. It could be your knees. You can do all this stuff or whatever.
Man, same thing in basketball.
Slight hand to your face. You know, like it's called on the quarterback.
I hate flopping. That is the worst thing. Like I hate that shit, bro. So yeah,
that does. Yeah,
it's hard to stay, intact and keep your love so strong for it when they're constantly doing shit that they claim is to better the game, where really it fucking ruins it more and more and more and more.
That's why that's kind of why I don't play basketball anymore, because I'm old school. Yeah, I can shoot. I got fucking range when I shoot, but I'm more of like the old school. Pick and roll. Fucking, I'll feed you down in the post if you're big enough to be down there, shit like that.
That's it.
Spread the fucking floor. I'll John Stockton the shit out of the ball, out of the other team or whatever. Like, I don't just sit there and focus on like setting people up for threes or taking all the threes and shit like that. Like, fuck that, man.
That's how the game is now, but it be like that sometimes, bro. That's how it is.
I will say,
basketball we living in now.
I will say, to me, that dunk that Mac McClung did over the car is probably one of my favorite dunks I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, that shit was nice.
Because
I didn't even watch it, bro.
Bro, like, remember how Blake Griffin dunked over the hood of a Kia? Mac McClung legitimately jumped over the entire fucking car, double pumped in between his legs, and yammed it.
Yep.
The last.
And there was a kid, and there was someone in the sunroof holding the ball, so he even jumped over them.
Mm-hmm.
The last All-Star game I watched was, I don't even remember really what happened in the game, but before the game, the only thing I remember was Allen Iverson was in it, and that was the game where he debuted his fucking.
I was about to say, is that when he shaved his head?
That was that game.
Jesus Christ, that was the last. That's a long fucking time ago,
bro. I'm telling you, I don't care about this shit, bro. I can't get with it. I can't get with it.
But they don't have the stars like they used to. Like I say, LeBron is 40, 41 years old. KD is freaking old as hell. Chris Paul is old as hell. Those were the stars.
Yeah.
You feel me? Kawhi's hurt all the time, so you don't see him. You feel me? I mean, you got Dame Lillard, but he's not really a talkative guy like that. You feel me? He's a star on the court, but outside, he's not really a star. You
Right.
feel
Well,
me?
that's where the NBA dropped the ball because you waited too. Now these guys are old. Had you been doing shit like this to get these top name players in this, you could have started this shit 10 years ago.
Right.
Now, yeah, all these guys are way too old to be doing this shit. LeBron's fucking 40 years old. We
Right.
wanted him in a dunk contest 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We never
And
got it.
And he probably would have
we
he probably
never
would have
got
three-peated
it.
if he did it 3
Like,
years in a row back
Come on,
then.
man. That's ridiculous. So what do you do now to fix that? You got to start. Okay, when you think young stars now, who do you think of? You think Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
Right.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Get them involved in shit like this. Do it now because they're going to have long careers more than likely, and they're going to be Hall of Famers one day more than likely. So get them involved now so we can see. So it's not going to be a waste looking back on it. They wasted the shit with KD and LeBron and everybody all the time. We could have, not that I want to see KD in a dunk contest, 3-point contest.
Right.
I mean, KD's one of the best shooters we've seen.
Right.
So I don't know, man.
But like I said, the star power isn't there, whatever. You got Steph Curry, whatever, but like I said, he's on his latter stages. You know, Jimmy Butler was hot for a minute, whatever, but now they didn't change him to be this villain. You know, it's a lot of guys. Like I said, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George or whatever. Paul George is one of the fire guys or whatever that was in the NBA. Now he's freaking putting up 6 points, 6.7 points,
2 points.
Right. He's injured all the time. Like who are the guys? You feel me? Who are the guys who you can spotlight now, like a LeBron James? LeBron James bigger than life. Steph Curry bigger than life, but they're older now. They're not trying to do all that other stuff, all that hoopla stuff like, bitch, I done made $1 billion. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not finna do that shit no more. Get one of these kids. Get Shaq, Gilchrist, or whatever. But it's an international game now. You feel me? So it's more towards the masses, not about the American game. It's more about the international game now. The Wembleys, the freaking, you know what I'm saying? Like the freaking Luka Doncic.
SGA.
The Jokic, the Embiids. You feel me? Those are not American stars. Those are, you know what I'm saying, different international stars, bro. So they're different. They're not gonna go out here and wild out and all those stupid, crazy storylines or whatever, man. They be in their crib.
Got incentivized, bro.
That's what I was gonna say.
I've never heard anything negative about SGA. I've never heard anything negative about freaking Abib and none of those guys like outside. You know what I'm saying? So they can do that stuff, but they can't really do that stuff like how they used to in the later games. You know what I'm saying? The games before them, bro. Like I say, it's not a lot of guys that just brings that spark to the camera. Chris Paul, man, did 10,000 goddamn State Farm commercials, bro. This shit was still funny. You feel me? You would still want to see Chris Paul. You see his face, you see the eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Chris Paul, man, he was one of the greatest point guards of all time. Right, exactly. All that stuff, bro. LeBron James, all the commercials, all these things or whatever. You trying to find somebody to do that stuff now. You feel me? Anthony Davis, whatever. He's not
Jason Tatum,
like
he's on Gatorade commercials.
He is. He's one of the guys. I feel like Jason Tatum is one of the guys.
I like Jaylen Brown.
Absolutely.
Jaylen Brown and a couple of them, they're in Adidas commercials.
Jaylen Brown, no. Because, you know, he done told them guys, hey, man, I'm trying to do a Black Wall Street, this and that, whatever. They're not trying to push that guy no kind of way. Yeah. You feel me? So
Jaylen Brown's a great player. He's not a top player.
Man.
No.
I think he's a great player. I think
he is a great player.
I think
he's just not a top player.
I'm just saying all star. Superstar.
Right. Yeah. He's not like top 10.
He's all-star. He's not a superstar.
He's not that name brand player you're talking about right now.
Exactly.
I feel you. I'm with you.
That's it. Until they find that person or whatever, man, they're gonna be lost. You feel me? Because LeBron, at any day or whatever, he can be gone. AD ankles, man, been shattered for 16 years. You feel me? Like all these things, man, you can't depend on none of these guys to do that stuff. Can't. You need another guy. You need a freaking, man, I don't know. You need another Chris Paul. You need another LeBron James. They try to do
nobody wants
even who was the number 1 pick this year? Tell me.
Some Frenchman.
What's his name?
I don't know. Some French.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You feel me? International game now. No star-studded.
Oh anything. Yeah, 100%.
No, for real. But like when you like back in the days or whatever, like when Dion got drafted or whatever, man. He brought everything. He brought all the celebrities, yada yada yada. Like he brought the Flash. He brought everything, bro. Like you need players like that or whatever to make your stuff be like, okay, yeah, I want to watch this. Even if I don't like him, I want to watch him. You feel me? You can be hated or loved or whatever. As long as they're watching, bro, that's the bread. You know?
Well, I just don't think that they have enough storylines in the NBA to keep it afloat. Because, like I said, I think we lost Sam there. He kind of froze on my screen anyway. So, like I said last week, the Luca and the Dallas trade. I think that's my conspiracy to help drive up ratings. So because Luca and LeBron, but Luca hasn't been playing very well. In his few games with the Lakers, he's played like shit, especially last night. But I kind of feel like that is. I think the whole Dallas thing and what they said about him after they traded him is really fucking with him.
Yeah.
Um, I think
He'll
that's
snap out.
yeah,
He'll
like
snap out.
yeah, I think he will too.
It's
But
still
I
early.
think it's really affecting him.
He's played 3 games or some
Yeah,
shit,
I know,
man.
I
Like,
know. But I think it's mentally fucking with him because it was out of the blue. He didn't think that they fucking hated him. Basically, the way it seems like they do. So he's definitely not one. He's definitely not in the lead to be the face of the league. Anthony Edwards says he doesn't want that. KD has never been that type of player. He just fucking wants the ball. He don't give a fuck about anything. He just wants to. He said when someone
Second fiddle to LeBron.
well,
He's always been second fiddle.
someone asked him. I think there's a documentary out. I've heard about. They were asking him about his legacy, and he was like, "I don't give a fuck about my legacy. I just want to have fun playing ball, and I want you to have fun watching my highlights on YouTube." This is pretty much what he said. So Devin Booker, I mean, I don't think he's quite good enough to be the face of the league. Wemby, I mean, maybe in a couple years we'll see what happens with the shit that he's dealing with now and how he comes back from it. AD, Mr. Glass Man, can't count on him.
Real.
SGA, possibly. We'll see what happens. In the next couple years once LeBron retires. He could be the one if nobody else wants it and they need to give it to somebody. I don't know.
Right.
what's up, Lil Jordan? Appreciate you, man. So let's go ahead and move on to the last topic of the day, keeping it on the NBA. Y'all let us know in the comment thread what can be done to improve All-Star Weekend. Help me, please.
Help me, baby. Help me, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So the last one we got tonight before we hang it up here, we got who's ready to run. It's that time of year again. We're following the All-Star break. There's a few teams that make a strong push heading into the playoffs. Give or take, there's roughly around 30 games remaining for each team. Which NBA team is slated for a strong push as this season unfolds?
You go ahead, Wes.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna either go Oklahoma City or Boston. I think Boston is kind of just coasting through this regular season. When the postseason comes, they're going to show why they won the championship last year and why they should be feared. Their defense can be very, very heavy, and defense is a huge reason why you win championships. Oklahoma City, Chet Holmgren's been gone for most of the season, and they're tied. Well, technically they're tied. Oh no, I guess they have the best record. They got one less game than the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're 45-10, and OKC is 44-10. But and with him coming back soon, depending on how well he plays, they're going to need that length in the middle and his length to spread the floor to get anywhere in the West. I would say Denver is probably a dark horse to creep up because they won a championship 2 or 3 years ago. So they know how they know that the playoffs are a second season, and they know what they need to do to get to the championship. Cleveland, like I said last week, me and Dougie Fresh talk all the time about the Cleveland Cavaliers because he's from Ohio. I don't trust them. They got to show me. They got to show me that they can do it. That they can make a push. I know Donovan Mitchell can play his fucking ass off in the playoffs and stuff like that, but that's not gotten him anywhere. It hasn't gotten him to a conference championship. Hasn't even. I don't even think it's got him past maybe the second round. I think he's only been to the second round. He hasn't been past the second round in his career. So they got to show me. The New York Knicks, possibly. Cat, Brunson, and the boys down there, they've been playing really good basketball, but I just worry that with Tom Thibodeau playing them guys 45 plus minutes a game, pretty much 48 minutes a game,
I was gonna say that.
that is going to fucking hurt them in the long run. It did last year. OG, I can't pronounce his name.
Anunoby?
Yeah,
Anunoby.
OG Anunoby. He got hurt in the playoffs last year, probably from all the fucking minutes that he's been playing, that he played last year. That was a factor.
But now all those guys got hurt on that Knicks team.
Yeah,
Bro.
yeah, that too.
They were down to like 7, 8 guys.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So they had to do that stuff.
Right. So I also think that Milwaukee could make a push because they won a championship not long ago, 3 or 4 years ago. But if I had to pick a team from each conference, I'm gonna go Boston, and I'm gonna go OKC.
Go ahead, Sam.
So right now I'm looking at the Memphis Grizzlies. Looking real good at that 2 spot. Freaking surprising everybody. I mean, Ja Morant's back or whatever. I think he's hurt. He might be hurt, but he might not be hurt. But he got hurt a little bit early in the season and stuff. But that man came back on the tear. And with Bane and Jaren Jackson and all those guys over there, whatever, man, they playing defense like they was before. They're looking good. They're gonna surprise some people. And like I say, nobody's even talking about these guys. Freaking Memphis,
They're one of those teams that gotta show me too.
I understand, but they've been there numerous years though. They ready. You feel me? Like that nucleus has been together and they know how to play the freaking camaraderie with those guys or whatever. It's very, very clear cut. Defensive wise, they're very defensive wise, clear cut. You feel me? Like they know what they want to do. They have an identity. And another team over there, man, I think the Warriors gonna get that stuff together too, man. I think they're gonna make
Draymond has guaranteed that they're gonna win the championship.
Man, I'm not even worried about that. But I'm just
guaranteed
saying with Jimmy. I'm saying with Jimmy and Steph and Kuminga over there, they got some guys over there, whatever, that can really shoot that ball. So I'm waiting for those guys to mesh up. And I'm thinking they might can get to that, maybe like to that 6, maybe that 6 seed, and they get that 3-6 matchup. That'll be a tough one. You know what I'm saying? I think they'll be the 3 seed any time of the year, and that'll be a good one. Maybe they play. Maybe they play. I don't know. Maybe like Denver or something or whatever. That might be a good one. But Denver probably smashed them boys. But just that 3 seed, that 3-6 seed, I think that'll be a good one. Cleveland, I mean, they looking real good right now. But like you say, man, they're doing too much early. You feel me? So, man, when is that stuff gonna come to a standstill? Are they gonna win another 20 out of the 30? And go freaking 62-20, something like that? That's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
So and then with the Knicks, like you say, running all those guys to death,
rugged,
it's
man.
gonna be crazy.
Tom Thibodeau, he's notorious for that, though.
That's how he does. So definitely the Celtics, though. Definitely the Celtics. Celtics are running on all cylinders, man. They got everybody shooting. Like I say, the game today, man, freaking Pritchard had 7, 8 3-pointers shot. Everybody, Horford, freaking everybody had 3-pointer shot, bro. Like 3, 4, 5 3-pointer shots. So, but that's the game now. So you don't really need a big man. I think my Lakers got a chance or whatever to make a push too. If Luka and LeBron get their stuff together, man.
That would be great.
You really don't need a big man now.
That would be good for the league if they did, to be honest.
Right. So, like I say, with freaking AR-15 going off like he is now, he's in his 3rd season, 4th season. he's playing way better, man. He didn't have 45 points one game. He's doing big things. And even Hashimura or whatever. Hashimura is doing good. Vanderbilt's back playing defense. He's really playing like the 4 or 5 position. So a lot of those guys or whatever are coming into play. So it's a lot of teams, bro. Like I said, it's still so much time because with injuries and then all the back-to-backs and
Yep.
all those things, like them injuries, man, kill everything that we say. Because we can say all this stuff right now, and freaking Cleveland lose 10, 12 in a row, and then we like, man, Cleveland. We said Cleveland wasn't gonna do what such and such and
Exactly.
so and so, right?
I'll wait to
Cleveland being Cleveland.
I'll wait to see what they can do in the playoffs. Like they can be the number one overall seed in the entire league. I don't give a fuck. Let me see what you do when you're down 3-2 in a fucking series, and see
Right,
if you can go and win that series.
right.
They definitely got to show me as well. I've been outspoken about that numerous times on here. Cleveland is one of them teams that has to show me. Memphis definitely is one of them teams that has to show me. Definitely both teams looking good right now. For my answer, I didn't put like teams like Oklahoma City, Boston, Denver. Like I expect them to make a run. They're good teams. They've been playing some of the best basketball among of the season, especially OKC. Cleveland. I expect them to put together a run. So I kind of dug a little deeper for mine. Sam, you mentioned them. Golden State Warriors. I definitely think it's going to be Golden State. So right now they're sitting at 10th seed in the West. They're 28 and 27. They've won their last 3 out of 4 games heading into the break. And a couple things that stick out to me are here. Number one is Jonathan Kuminga is set to return as early as tomorrow versus the Kings from his ankle injury. He's not played since January 4th, so that's going to be helpful. And without him, Golden State has the third best rebounding team in the NBA right now, believe it or not, without a dominant big. They all chip in, do their work. But second thing that sticks out to me is Jimmy Butler's been sensational since he's been
He
traded
found
to
his
them.
joy. His joy is back.
Already in 4 games, he's averaging about 22, 7, and 7. And playoff Jimmy ain't even showed up yet.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Third thing that stick out to me is a highly favorable schedule for the Warriors the rest of the way. So the Warriors have 27 games left. And in those 27 games, only 10 of those teams are 500 or better.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning more games than most should be winnable.
Right.
Think about this.
Should be.
If they went 17 and 10 in those last 27 games, that would put them at 45 and 37, which would be 10th seed tournament placement at worst,
Right.
if not a little bit better than that. So I just think that is something to watch out for, the favorable schedule. And the fourth and final thing that sticks out to me is Wardell Stephen Curry, man. And I'm talking the best shooter we've ever seen play this game. Anytime you have Steph Curry, especially the way he's been playing lately, last 10 games, averaging 28 per game. Anytime you have Steph Curry on your team, you got a shot, bro. You
got
have
a chance.
Good shot. And it's worth noting that his regular season averages and points, rebounds, assists, all that shit, field goal percentage, it's incredibly similar to 2022 season. Last season, they won it all. Just saying, man. Something to look out for. The Warriors, I'd watch them, man. I'd watch them. Don't count them out, man. Right when you think they're done, it's a month. We talk about it all the time with the Chiefs on here, and we talk about it all the times with all these greatness teams that have played in the past and the Patriots. And just when you think they're out, just when you think they're done, guess what? We're back. Warriors just won the finals a couple years ago. It's not too much of a long shot for them to do it again, man. And the roster they had on that team, I know they had Clay, and he wasn't completely like busted, but he wasn't phenomenal by any stretch of the means in that playoff, especially in the finals. It was all Curry. Curry's averaging over 30 that whole playoff run. But anyway, yeah, I'm just saying like that roster wasn't that impressive. You have Jimmy Butler now. That's an upgrade from Wiggins, especially in the playoffs.
Right.
So you got something there. You got something there.
Yeah,
Draymond Green,
just depends on who they're matched up against, though.
It does. Absolutely. Oh yeah, they get OKC or they get somebody in. Oh yeah, they're out. You're done.
Yeah,
you're done. And you got to if they stick at 10, remember if they stay at 10th, they got to win in the tournament too.
Right. Yeah.
The 1 year, a couple years ago, they lost in the tournament and they didn't even make it into a playoff matchup. So I mean, you got to win in the tournament as well. But the favorable schedule, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler making things happen, getting some people back from injury. Watch out for Golden State, man. Watch out for them damn Warriors. Sneaky bastards. Think that about covers everything today. Thank y'all so much if you still locked in with us like we do on the weekly. Subscribe, to the Weekly Madness. Every week we on here, we podcast, we bullshit. This is how we do, man. Live it up to the fullest and try to give you guys some decent content to get along, get by with your work week, get by with anything you got going on. We all got lives and it gets hard sometimes. So sometimes it's just good to get on here and decompress and vent and get everything out, rant about some sports, call out some dumbasses. That's how we do on Let Loose Podcast,
That's
EP
it.
104.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Got to do all that stuff, man. Live life, love life. You know what it is. Hey, man, it even say ball is life on the tag. So, hey, man, guess what? We're going to do this stuff again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. West V, Jordan James,
Yeet.
Sam Bam. We
Yeet.
out of here. Holla.
Peace.